High-kilometre reliability is one of the strongest promises in second-hand vehicle advertising. But no SUV, regardless of the badge on the grille, is guaranteed to reach 300,000 or 400,000 kilometers. A highly reliable design can easily be destroyed by a careless owner. This diagram shows exactly why the odometer is a flawed metric. On the left, we have a vehicle at 320,000 kilometers, backed by a massive stack of service invoices. On the right, a 180,000-kilometer vehicle, plagued by warning lights and dark oil. The trade-off here is straightforward. You save significant money up front on the purchase price, but you have to spend real effort verifying what happened before you bought it to ensure that cheaper vehicle isn't a financial trap. Success at this mileage level depends on finding the specific drivetrains that outlast typical owner expectations, provided the service history confirms the work was performed. We start with the fourth-generation Honda CR-V, specifically the version with the naturally aspirated 2.4-liter petrol engine wrapped in a practical family body. Its long-term advantage is straightforward engineering. This recommended combination completely skips the components that typically fail at high mileages. There is no turbocharger, no diesel particulate filter, and no complex dual-clutch transmission. To keep it running securely, you need to check for consistent oil changes, inspect the VTEC system for engine leaks, and watch for any shift flare from the automatic transmission. On all-wheel drive models, you also need solid proof the rear differential fluid was replaced on schedule. A durable engine block does not shield the rest of the car from hard family use. High kilometers will always expose neglected maintenance through worn seats, tired suspension bushes, and old, neglected brakes. Since the CR-V is built for the road, it can easily handle high-mileage commuting and touring, but a comprehensive file of fluid history remains a more valuable indicator of future health than a low advertised price. For buyers needing 7 seats and long-distance travel capability, the second-generation Toyota Kluger XU40 offers a very smooth 3.5-liter V6. That V6 can accumulate massive distances, but it demands rigorous upkeep. The cooling system, lubrication, and conventional automatic transmission require strict, scheduled servicing to stay alive. During an inspection, pay close attention to earlier oil line designs and water pump history. Because this vehicle is frequently used for hauling, examine the rear suspension and tow bar area for evidence of heavy or heated towing strain. There are direct trade-offs with this choice. The Kluger returns poor fuel economy in urban stop-start traffic, and high-kilometer examples frequently require steering, suspension, and electrical repairs. Do not confuse a healthy V6 engine with a healthy entire vehicle. Every age-related system around that engine requires a thorough check before you hand over any money. If you want higher quality materials and a quieter cabin, the Lexus RX 350 combines that luxury equipment with proven Toyota Group engineering. This schematic diagram compares 2 drivetrain layouts to show why the Lexus is a highly intelligent high-kilometer purchase. On the left, the Lexus uses a clean 3-piece layout with a V6, a timing chain, and a conventional automatic. On the right, a typical European premium SUV of the same age relies on a complex, multi-layered block filled with interconnected nodes that are expensive to repair.
However, assuming the Lexus badge makes premium servicing optional is a severe financial risk. A neglected RX quickly becomes just as expensive to maintain as any European alternative. Your inspection must cover all the luxury electronics. Test the climate control, electric seats, power tailgate, and cameras, while also checking the engine mounts and VVT-related components under the hood. When buying a high-kilometer luxury SUV, you buy the vehicle with the strongest mechanical service file, not the one with the cleanest leather. A strong engine is useless if failing luxury electronics bankrupt the owner. Moving off the pavement, the 4th-generation Mitsubishi Pajero, with its 3.2-liter turbo diesel, has spent years hauling Australian families and caravans across vast remote distances. It supports long-term ownership through a highly proven Super Select 4-wheel drive system and incredibly broad workshop familiarity across the country. But the same usage that proves its durability also creates immense wear and tear. A high-kilometer Pajero has often spent years pulling heavy loads and aggressively bouncing over heavily corrugated red dirt roads. This demands strict diesel-specific checks. You have to verify the upper timing chain guide history, inspect the intake for heavy carbon buildup, check the turbocharger hoses, and look closely for underbody impact damage. Evidence of touring is perfectly acceptable, but a durable diesel will never forgive outright abuse. Clear invoices and original, well-maintained suspension hold far more actual value than an expensive list of aftermarket touring accessories. Sitting at the top of our list is the Toyota Land Cruiser Prado 120, specifically equipped with the 4.0-liter naturally aspirated V6 petrol engine. Choosing the smooth petrol V6 offers a massive strategic advantage. It completely avoids the extreme complexities and high replacement costs associated with aging diesel injection equipment. The primary trade-off is fuel consumption. The petrol V6 costs more to run at the pump, but that higher daily cost is frequently offset by a significantly cheaper initial purchase price compared to the diesel equivalent. You still need to scrutinize how the vehicle was modified. Pay close attention to suspension lifts and dual battery systems. Poorly installed aftermarket equipment frequently introduces severe driveline strain and persistent electrical faults. You must judge the quality of maintenance before you judge the odometer. A Prado with a rough, aged interior but a perfect mechanical history will easily surpass 300,000 kilometers, making it a far superior purchase over a clean but neglected vehicle. Accepting a vehicle with very high kilometers should always secure you a reduced purchase price. That exact financial saving should then immediately pay for a proper, independent specialist inspection. This checklist shows the exact paperwork proving consistent servicing across engine oil, coolant, transmission, differential, and transfer case systems. This maps onto a radar chart showing the vehicle's usage footprint, whether it cruised highways, towed heavy loads, or ground through stop-start traffic. Before buying, you must perform non-negotiable physical checks. Insist on a completely cold start, run a diagnostic scan, complete a PPSR background check, and visually inspect all fluids. A reliable badge alone doesn't guarantee longevity. The SUVs that actually reach these distances are the ones maintained consistently, years before a warning light ever appears on the dashboard.